What's up with it? Class of commerce. That's money.
Me personally, I gotta shed light
You see
on
it?
things that I feel like is worth putting out in the forefront, worth getting people attention, worth
on the rise,
making the people aware. You know what I'm saying?
Preach.
So that's what Class of Commerce is about. That's what
talk to 'em.
this segment is about. Shedding light, pretty much anything that got to do with branding, business, marketing, investing, entrepreneurship, whether it's gathering a community of people that's on the same page, or whether that's individually somebody that's trailblazing the path, and you know we can all get game from.
Yes, yes, show that. That's money. Welcome, Class of Commerce. Enjoy.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today we got a special guest, TAREEN, all the way from the NO, man. Introduce yourself, bro.
What's up, fam? It's TAREEN from New Orleans, Louisiana. We here today to break down my new novel called Out the Bricks, based on my life growing up in New Orleans during the 80s, 90s, and the 2000s area. Out the Bricks, baby.
For sure that. Good artwork. My man on the back. He got a story to tell. He got something to say. He doing positive things in the community. Very productive. And we're gonna get into all that right now. First thing I want to do is ask, who is TAREEN?
TAREEN from New Orleans, Louisiana. Grew up in the Afeni projects. Just a cool guy, man. I made it out the projects.
Right.
And what inspired me to write the book is mainly to tell like youngsters in the street to stay out that life. You know, to find something that they're real passionate in and make $1 million off of.
Correct.
You know, I'm a person that really like to give back to the community. Shoot, I love the outdoors, I like arts, I like music, I like film. I just like working with people.
Yeah, so you basically a creative natural nigga, man. You know, come from humble beginnings and made your way into something that you didn't come from. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Who you are is who you are. That'll never change. But what you can do is evolve. And I'll say my man has evolved. Just like the book say, once again, Out the Bricks, a true New Orleans story. A novel about TAREEN.
Making it out the project.
Making it out. You know what I'm saying?
People you can make it out.
Correct. So before we even, go along, tell us about New Orleans.
New Orleans is a great city, man. It's full of culture. It's full of history, full of good music, full of good food. I mean, you have your pros and cons, but that's within any city that you go to in the United States. Man, New Orleans is one of my top 5 cities in the United States when it comes to
that's home.
overall
that's
living.
Home for you. You know what I'm
Home.
saying? Yeah.
It taught me a lot, man. It taught me about just grinding. It taught me about persistence and resilience.
Right.
With all the stuff we went through in the past, but we still here.
Yeah.
We're going through like the murder rate, going through Katrina, going through all the trials and tribulations, but we still made it out the bricks.
Out the bricks.
Now we here to show people you can make it out and do the same, you know?
Yeah. Anybody. Not just me, not just TAREEN, anybody, man. So what is it like? Tell me about the process of writing a book. What I don't want you to go into detail in the book, what's in the book, but tell me what made you want to write a book? What made you want to be an author and, get your pen game down and, put your thoughts into reality, you know what I'm saying?
I've always been a good writer.
Right.
And a real student of history. So after like traveling around the world, traveling around the United States, I just sat back and was like, man, I really need to sit down and tell my story on how I made it out. Maybe it might impact somebody else's life.
Right.
Through all aspects.
Right.
So just me traveling, moving to Europe, I was able to look at things from a different perspective. And I picked up the pen and the pad and start writing. Start talking to a lot of my friends that was authors already in the game.
Right.
Start talking to some publishing company.
Right.
Start talking to like different people in different cities, getting their feedback. That's one of the things you have to do, get people feedback.
For real.
Picked up the pen and the pad and laid it down. Hired my editor, went through the due process, got everything legal. Now we're on the market with it, taking it worldwide.
Right, and you also on the internet. You know,
Exactly.
not only does he have physical copies, but you also can go online and purchase it electronically, so digitally, so to speak. So, next step. Tell me about your affiliations, things you're a part of, associations, things, maybe a group, maybe a business, maybe some kind of conglomerate that you might be, that you are affiliated and working.
Well, my company is called Brand 504 Media, and what we do is we take different companies' products, whether you're a big organization, small organization,
right,
and we help you get to the world. We create a marketing campaign for you. We create a creative campaign to get you to your market.
right,
And by doing that, people really like the feedback. People really like to get involved in what you're doing.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
If you actually doing something, yeah.
Right.
Whenever
So,
you is.
Exactly. So what we do is we work with a lot of major businesses, but we work with like youth organizations as well.
Right.
To partner them up with major businesses. Like we have
like a networking, building, networking, and growing.
right. We take the businesses and connect them with like youth in the city, so that they can get a career development going.
Right.
So when it's time to graduate from high school, they know what they're already about to do.
Right. And that's
You see what I'm saying?
that's real. That's a big step. You don't got too many people active in community functions. You know what I'm saying? We active in the community, but it's functions within the community that we should take advantage of and be a part of to really like put a stronghold, or just get a good sense of the pulse of the streets or the
Right.
ghetto or just where you from.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying, we can pretty much govern ourselves in a sense, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't really need all this extra.
To compliment
You know
what
what
you're
I'm
saying,
saying?
to compliment what you're saying, what we normally do is like we take New Orleans, Atlanta, Birmingham, Chattanooga, Dallas, Houston, Miami. We take these south cities first.
Right.
We go to these cities, we partner with people like yourself,
Correct.
real estate agents, doctors, lawyers, construction people.
Right.
And we just see, hey, how you can help the community. Because a lot of them won't help. But they
Man, it's
they
rough.
look at people like us and be like, hey, look, if you're willing to do the groundwork, man, look, we with it.
Right.
So what we do is we partner with these people, we come up with a campaign and we run it. You know, whether it's like local folks night out, we'll
Right.
set up like at a barber shop,
Right.
grill, give the people some food.
Yeah,
give
it's
a
just
church or
every
something.
day anybody can do this type shit.
Right.
You know what I'm
Everybody
saying?
link up and just like, hey, we're gonna start a solution. At least work toward a solution. We
Right.
can't find this. We can't solve this problem overnight.
Overnight, yeah.
So what we do is we get everybody linked together when we go to these cities, and at least just get the ball rolling. See what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right.
You never know. You might know a teacher. The teacher can help a student. The teacher might know a real estate agent. Could teach the student about real estate. You know.
Right.
So everybody just playing a part. Our narrative is everybody play your 1%. That way the community grows. You know.
Right.
We can't point no fingers at nobody.
Yeah, that's
If we just all play our 1%, you see what I'm saying?
you know, like it's a simple saying: each one teach one. We all
Right.
gonna reach one. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
it's just all about connecting and growing and linking and just stretching that link out as far as it can go. You know, with real people, real solid individuals that really wanna help.
Right. And
Really wanna be
Advance these
active. Like
communities.
some people don't know what to do or how to do it.
Right.
They might be thinking about it, feeling like it,
Exactly.
but they don't got a starting point or a
Right.
trail.
Somebody to
Yeah,
initiate.
to initiate.
Mhm. That's what we here to do. That's what,
Okay,
that's
so,
what my team here to do, man.
Is it do you have any names, anything people can join or just anything people can link with? Is it a site? Is it a social media, or just what is the name, or what is the pretty much the head of what you do?
Yeah, definitely. First off, it's Out the Bricks.
Out the Bricks.
www.outthebricks.com.
www.outthebricks.com.
You'll be able to log onto the site, see what we're doing, follow us, look at all the cities we're going to, look at our objective, look at our mission, look at our goal. We're going to schools, we're going to camps, and you can also go onto the site and sign up.
Right.
And request myself and other team members to come to your local school to speak.
Correct.
And we also bring in other people within your local community to come speak to these schools.
Right.
So definitely outthebricks.com and Stop and Think PSA. You Google that, everything will come up. So those are the two main initiatives we promote right now. Stop and think. We telling these youths to stop and think.
Stop and think.
About the decision
You know,
you're about to make. Before you go
I
rob
like
somebody,
that name.
stop and
I like
think.
that name. I like
Before
that
you
name.
go commit a crime, stop and think, because
Correct.
it's gonna lead you to either early trip to the grave or the penitentiary.
Right.
We changing the narrative. We telling these students, look, put that gun down and pick
Right.
this book up.
Right.
You know, the rich will tell you that. All the rich people, you know, they gonna tell you they read about what it is they was trying to make that $1 million or $1 billion off of, right? They got in the books and did their research, put in their work, and read and got to that meal.
Right.
They ain't pick up no gun and do that.
Hell nah.
So we change the narrative. Pick up some books, man. Find a trade. You know,
Yeah.
get with some of these businesses. Do an intern. So we change the narrative with these youth and these students, middle school, high school, and college students, getting them on the right track. And we want everybody in
That's
on board.
that's what we need, man. We need leaders. We need people that want to spearhead and just be a prominent person in their community. You know what I'm saying? You can't be everywhere at, you know, all the time or, you know,
Exactly.
anytime.
Right.
But you can affect where you at.
Start with
You know
your
what I'm saying?
community. That's
Yeah,
where I
you
start
can
first.
affect where
Live
you
in
at.
1%.
You know, so the people on the west, they do their thing on the west, people in the south, north, east. So if everybody just do their thing and where they at,
We'll see the
Well,
impact.
yeah, we'll
it
definitely
growing.
see it.
We'll
Yeah,
see
we'll
it
definitely
growing.
see
Like
it.
you said, we ain't trying to do this overnight,
right?
but we can start today in our own community.
Correct.
And watch the effect of it.
Correct. All right, so you from New Orleans. You growing up in your neighborhood, and I'm just going like a fast forward brief. You know what we done talked about so far. Okay. You moved to Atlanta. You know,
After the storm.
after the hurricane, and you met your girl. You know, met your girl while you was in Atlanta.
No, I met her in the water.
You met her in New Orleans. Sorry, my
Right.
fault. But you wind up going to Atlanta, and
Then I went back to the NO.
when you
help out.
went back to the NO, just going back and forth. You know, I know around that time Katrina was getting restored. I mean, New Orleans was getting restored,
right.
so you couldn't just
Nah,
stay there,
right.
You know, so okay,
Keep
back and
moving
forth,
around.
back and forth.
For real.
So, with that being said, what did you do in Atlanta? And how was the difference? Like coming from losing every fucking thing, and you probably not feeling too good about your situation,
Right.
your people's situation, and now you in a new city. I'm pretty sure you probably went there before in Atlanta, but
Yeah, I
you
did.
didn't live. You know what I'm saying?
Right, I
You
didn't
from
stay there.
you,
Right.
yeah,
I
you
was
from the
on
endo.
visit.
You know what I'm saying? So how was that? You know, going to the endo and shit.
It was a adjustment, not a big adjustment because I was familiar with Atlanta.
Right.
But for the most part, ATL showed me love, man, for real.
Yeah,
From
yeah.
everybody. I got a lot of love from strangers, a lot of love from people I knew. I made the adjustment, so got a little spot out there and just jumped in the game. I already had my my branding company going. So I just started I just laid it down in Atlanta with promoting for different companies, different parties, different restaurants, different clothing lines, stuff like that. So I jumped right into the business aspect of it. And then after that, I started doing some community work with the Tupac Center.
Right.
Found out they center was in Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Yeah, Stone Mountain. That's a real historical place in Georgia. Go ahead.
Exactly. Started kicking with my dude Trey. I got the chance to meet Afeni, Shakur, his mother. My dude Carlos.
Now, hold on. you got a chance to meet Afeni, Shakur.
Yes, Tupac mother.
The real Tupac, right?
Yes. At his center, at events, we kicked it a lot of times. And one of the promises I made to Miss Afeni was to keep Tupac legend alive with these youths. Like going around teaching creative arts, teaching sciences, teaching music. That's one of the things that we stress at the Tupac Center.
Right.
So I told Afeni, hey, anything I could do on my part, I'm gonna keep the ball rolling.
Right.
Whether it's any city in the United States or worldwide. That's a promise that I kept to her, you know.
And I just think that's some real fascinating shit right there, man. I would love to meet Afeni Shakur, you know.
Humble woman.
Legend, you know.
Legend,
you know what I'm saying? And for those that don't know, man, she was part of Black Panthers.
Exactly.
Just like Pop. And
she beat like 150 charges against the United States government.
Yeah, man, like
on her own, but
she been through some real shit.
Exactly.
And I can't even imagine how that experience was getting to meet, you know, somebody
surreal.
like of her stature. You know
right,
what I'm saying?
It was almost surreal, man.
I
just cherished the moment that I got the chance and opportunity to be in this lady's presence. You know what I'm
fucking right.
For real. So that was heartfelt right there.
Fucking right, man.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Afeni, man. Long live the legend. Shout out to Tupac Shakur. Long live the legend. The whole Shakur family. Matter of fact.
Sure, man.
People show me love, nothing but love.
I can already tell that, you know, you cut from a certain cloth, man, where you just, wherever you at, man, you probably just make it home and you just resonate. You
right.
know what I'm saying?
Accept the people.
Yeah, you get accepted as well, you know what I'm saying?
Right. That's my whole philosophy. Getting in with the locals, seeing what the people doing, you feel me?
Right.
At least try to help the people or be the voice of the people.
Right. And once again, this is TAREEN, Out the Bricks. The novel by TAREEN, my boy from the NO. So let's get into the book, ladies and gentlemen.
Out the Bricks, baby.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Outthebricks.com.
Real nice book, man. We gonna give you all the links, all the ways you can get it. Support my boy. He all the way from New Orleans, and he doing his thing, man. So right off the bat, you know, I just go to the to the chapters, you know, table of contents.
Yeah.
You know, and I just wanna ask you about a few chapters that come to mind. Alright, so tell me about chapter 4, Raised by Wolves.
Raised by Wolves is a chapter where I emphasize how the OGs in our neighborhood really like held us down.
Right.
Held the youngsters down.
Right.
What I mean by that, like in the 80s and the 90s, the OGs was forced to hustle, right? Because of the climate of the drug situation, the guns, the robbing, you name it.
Right.
They held it down. Like what they would tell us, if they committing a crime or about to do it, get into something,
Right.
they'll tell us go inside. Or they'll say, like, look, bro, you about to do this, y'all don't need to be out here.
Right.
Or if they saw you hustling with some crack or some shit, man, give me that. You don't need to be doing that. You need to be in school. You see what I'm saying? So the wolves, they was the ones that was really teaching them, like the younger dudes in the hood. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So when I say raised by wolves, them dudes was wild, man. But they always showed us respect.
Right.
Because they had like the admiration for us. They didn't want us to go down the same route they went on. So they always like laced our shoes up, gave us the game, so we don't have to do what they doing.
Right.
So what I mean by raised by wolves, raised by the OGs, man, that really, laid it down for us and gave us the game,
Right.
Which they don't really have nowadays.
Correct. I mean,
OGs
if you
like
got
a lost art.
Man, like I can go on and on about, our neighborhood leadership, lack of leadership,
right.
misguided, being misguided, or just going in the wrong direction. You know, if that's what you want to call them.
We got a lot of that going on
You know what I'm
in major
saying?
cities in the U.S. right now.
But you know, like, I guess I kind of feel like in a lot of ways we was influenced and programmed and you know, shit like that. You know, we was set up, you know.
All of them.
You know what I'm saying? So I kind of got a spot on that side where I be like, that's in the equation. You know what I'm saying? I don't never take that out of the equation like these motherfuckers just like that. You know what I'm saying? Or people, or the world for that matter, just, you know, like
it's almost like a product of their environment.
Right, definitely.
When it boils down to it, that's what they were, you know.
Right. So you got your OGs, you know, your relatives, you know, friends. You know, you grew up in
Melpomene, right down the street from the
Magnolia, Callio.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Callio 1 week, then Melpomene another week.
Right. And I see something interesting in chapter 5, St. Monica School Days. That sound like, with me not knowing what you know, I'm just reading it. That sound like was that like a prep school? Was that like it don't sound like a regular public school or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, it wasn't.
That sound like some shit. That sound like a school you had to pay for, my nigga.
Yeah, we did, man. Fortunately, moms worked 2 jobs, scraped our change up, sent us to private school. That's what it was.
Us as in
me and my 2 younger brothers.
Okay, so you got 2 siblings. Okay.
So I started that first, right?
Right.
And then when they was able to go, they went.
Right.
But for the most part, mom scraped it up because you had to pay to go there. It was more of like middle to upscale dudes and females that was going there.
Right.
If you weren't that, you know, you was coming out the hood. Regular dudes out the hood wasn't able to afford it.
Right.
So they wound up going to public school.
Right.
But with that experience, just by going to private school, that changed my life, man, for real.
Yeah.
I was able to get that book knowledge.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have got it in no public school. I wouldn't have received that in no public school.
Nah.
You see what I'm saying? So I was able to get book knowledge, learn about book reports, learn about history, learn about science, learn about music, learn about economics, all in private school. 8th grade, I knew the majority of the stuff they were teaching in high schools around the world.
Right.
So that was beneficial with me going to private school. That changed my life, bro, for real. That was like the,
Yeah, that sound like a, you know.
That was like the changing the pendulum.
Yeah. That's an experience.
That was a game changer.
Yeah, that's a hell of an experience. You know, to be
changer.
raised in the hood.
Right.
Wake up every day in the hood.
Go and get a good education, some good teachers. You see what I'm saying?
And then
can't beat that.
And then you go to private school.
Right. And actually, this was the same private school where Master P went.
Okay.
Because the school was located across from the Callaway Project. So Master P went there too.
Okay, that's big. That's
right,
real big.
Exactly. And I mentioned that in the book.
Okay. Yeah. Out the bricks.
Out the bricks, man. Y'all go cop that thing.
Out the bricks.
Y'all were in the game about New Orleans during the 1980s, 1990s. Go cop this thing. Out the bricks, baby.
I'm just, you know what I'm saying? We just going through a few chapters. My man breaking down what he got in there.
Right.
I got one more that kind of, you know, just reading the chapters that I just thought I wanted to ask you about. Angels in Disguise.
Angels in Disguise.
Talk to me about that chapter.
One of my favorite chapters. That's just people that played a key part in my life. That really, like, gave me the game and kept me on the straight path. You know, everybody got somebody like that. Like, you might be about to do something off the chain, but that person called you, or that person told you something in the past, be like, bro, don't do that. You need to be doing this. And you think about that person? That's my angels in disguise. So those people that I wrote about within the chapter, those are the people that was influential in my life, that got me on the right track, gave me some game at a youngin' that I still apply today. Right, so people like that, but you gotta cherish people like that.
Hell yeah, man.
Call them,
it's hard, you know, it's hard to have people in your corner, man. You know, it's hard to have people that you can really confide in and, you know, fuck with, you know, even as men, you know, we don't really open up and express how we really, you know what I'm saying? But you know, but
on a regular basis.
But you know, if you got a close homie,
right?
Maybe a father, uncle, cousin, big brother, look, you know what I'm saying? Some shit like
really
that.
Talk and express yourself.
You know what I'm saying? That really, you know, that really help out.
That plays a part.
Yeah, on a mental level too. Like, you know, just knowing you got somebody.
Right. That you get that advice from.
Yeah.
Or just if you having your ups and downs, you can just talk to.
Right.
If you're undecided about something, you can pick up the phone or go eat lunch with them and be like, look, this was going on in my life. They can help get you back on the right path.
Correct.
So that's why I titled that chapter, Angels in Disguise.
Angels in Disguise. I dig that. I can fuck with that.
And we all got that, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah. We don't even know it. We don't even know it.
We don't even know it until you gotta acknowledge the people.
Yeah.
When you acknowledge them, that helps you. And then they turn back and be like, oh damn, I didn't know you felt like that toward me.
Right.
Now they looking at you different. In a good way.
In a good way though,
like,
yeah. Okay, so just going through a few chapters, you know, that was mine. Chapter 4, Raised by Wolves. Chapter 5, St. Monica School Days. And chapter 8, Angels in Disguise. So I want to ask you, tell me one of your favorite things in the book besides what we just went over. Even if one of those might be, go ahead.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck it, just go ahead. Just tell me your favorite line, favorite chapter, favorite paragraph.
Okay.
Just tell me what's kind of sentimental or means something to you the most in this book.
I will point out like the most important chapters and titles in the book. One of them would be my philanthropy and entrepreneurship, just by giving back and encouraging people to start their business.
Right.
Doing some of the things that I did in the past in terms of like my accomplishment.
Right.
That's one of the things in which I really was proud of when I was writing the book. Another chapter is importance of family, where I stress how it's real important that we bring that whole family structure back.
Fucking right, man.
You know,
family first.
Exactly.
You know, a lot of families clash. You know, nobody win when a family feud, man.
Exactly.
You know, I'm sure we all got our family dilemmas.
Right.
But it's all love. You know, we just, you know, gotta get better.
Exactly. So I wrote importance of family just to let people know that we could kind of bring that feeling back. So whereas we sit down like we used to do in the old school, like in the old days, you sit down, the whole family eat at the table.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta be Sunday or whatever day of the week y'all pick. Y'all choose to do so.
Right.
We need to bring stuff like that back.
Bring it back.
We need to bring family picnics back, family barbecue back. Not just when somebody died or some crazy stuff happens. Just on a regular basis, man. And that bring the family bond together. Now imagine a lot of families in one neighborhood clicking. Now we got the whole hood clicking. We could end some of this conflict and all this crazy stuff going on.
Yeah, man. It's not
That was my next main chapter that I was really feeling and I felt good about writing. The last one was the pioneers of jazz, my tribute to more the jazz players in New Orleans.
Right.
The main reason I wrote that chapter is to show the world that we had some tremendous jazz artists come out of the city of New Orleans.
And you know what? I gotta take a fucking trip to New Orleans, man. Like you gotta invite me, you gotta send for me, you gotta do something, man. And I gotta come. I ain't never been, man. I ain't never been. You know what I'm saying? And I'm into shit like that. You know, I do music my fucking self. And you know what I'm saying? I'm just a connoisseur of you know, jazz. Anybody that can play an instrument live.
Right.
Oh my God. Like,
well, New Orleans has tons of them.
Right.
Starting back way in the 40s and all those years.
Right.
40s, 50s, 60s. We have so many jazz players that was instrumental toward the creation of jazz in the United States. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All the jazz blues clubs from Memphis to Birmingham, Atlanta, all of that stuff started in New Orleans. It was Armstrong, Buddy Bolden on the boys.
Yeah.
So when you dig deep down in the history of New Orleans, you can see all these traditional, legendary players that don't get no shine. So what I decided to do is, hey man, give these people some shine. Let the younger people know about what these jazz artists went through to lay the ground for the new artists today.
Right.
Because a lot of instances like them dudes wasn't even getting paid.
Yeah,
they
man.
was going through racism, they were getting their money.
Yeah,
There's all type of BS was going on.
A lot of bamboozling going on
man,
in the music industry. It's still like that.
For real, man.
It's still like
so
that.
we gotta give these people their props, man.
Right.
And keep their torch going. You feel me? So that's what really encouraged me to shout these people out and write a whole chapter called Tribute to the Pioneers of Jazz.
I fuck with it. I fuck with it
All day. You'll learn a lot from it. A lot of history in that chapter.
We just covered. We ain't even scratched the surface of the book. You know, I just really chopped it up about a few chapters. I don't want to spill the whole thing. We want to let you enjoy it. We want to let you read it and get your own opinion and conclusion about the book. I'm definitely gonna tune in and lock in and get my dose of it. And man, my first time meeting you, never met you a day in my life before this moment, and been good vibes, bro.
All day, same.
Whatever you got going on, bro. I just hope that shit succeed, and I hope in the future, we can do more things, and we can definitely link, man, cause you got some positive, good shit going on. Plus you're an entrepreneur. Plus you fuck with the music.
Right.
So all that's right up my alley. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big creative. You know what I'm saying? And any of you, if y'all just into New Orleans, this is a true New Orleans story. You know what I'm saying? Say it right here on the book. So so all you guys, man, y'all tune in and really support this black man and whatever he got going on, cause we gonna be tuned in and we gonna be linked in, sure.
All day collab, all day, baby.
All right. Is there anything you want to say? Any shout outs? Anybody you want to give thanks to? Anything you want to say before we get into all your details and how we can get the book?
So man, I just want to shout out the city of New Orleans, the city of Chattanooga, the city of Atlanta, the city of Miami. Everybody, all other cities that showed me love, much props, much love. And again, go get Out the Bricks. You can visit the website, www.outthebricks.com. Based on my life in the 80s and the 90s, 2000 era growing up in New Orleans. Music, culture, film, fashion, the whole lifestyle of the city. You won't be disappointed. Out the Bricks, baby.
Out the bricks, man. It was a pleasure, man.
All day.
I appreciate you coming.
All day, anytime.
Come to Tennessee, man. Fucking with us. You know what I'm saying? I know you on the road. You busy. You setting up shit. You doing book signings and you doing your thing as you should. And I just want to give you big kudos, man. Continue on your journey, man. And I'm sure we gonna cross paths again and again. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So, here we is, one exclusive, down in the books, Out the Bricks, true New Orleans story, a novel by TAREEN. Y'all like, share, subscribe, comment.
NOLA to Chat Town.
For sure, man. NOLA to Chat Town, man. 702 Visions, District 1104, and we out.
You are now watching 702 Visions.
Shout out to y'all boys, man.
I ain't hard to find. Get at me. 702 Visions, District 1104.